we are gathered here to witness a demonstration of institutional accountability as the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission leadership publicly commits itself to the highest standards of integrity. The signing of integrity pledges by the chairperson, Justice Chikumba, commissioners and members of the Secretariat is affirmation of zero tolerance to corruption as espoused by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Dr. Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. The principles we are institutionalizing today through these integrity pledges are practical governance tools that have a direct bearing on electoral outcomes and public trust. Honorable Chairperson, in my 4 decades of public service, I have learned that institutional credibility is never granted. It is earned through consistent, visible actions like this one. Allow me to highlight critical intersections between good governance and electoral integrity, which are transparency in electoral processes, institutional integrity, and accountability. Transparency in electoral processes ensures that all stakeholders, that is political parties, candidates, observers, and voters, can verify the fairness of elections. Accountability creates checks and balances within electoral institutions, while institutional integrity serves as the ultimate bulwark by creating an environment where electoral disputes diminish and public confidence grows. The pledges being signed today are a binding moral and professional contract between ZEC leadership and the people of Zimbabwe to reject corrupt practices in all electoral processes, from voter registration, voting process, counting and announcement of results, prevent conflicts in decision-making, protect whistleblowers who report electoral malpractices, and apply electoral laws without fear or favor. In recent years, Zimbabwe has made commendable strides in strengthening its anti-corruption framework. The establishment of specialized anti-corruption courts, the adoption and implementation of the National Anti-Corruption Strategy, which encapsulates the cultivation of integrity among public and private sector officials, and the ongoing efforts to legislate whistleblower protection speak to our nation's resolve to root out the scourge of corruption. The decision by ZEC's leadership to publicly sign these pledges sends a powerful message about the institution's dedication to electoral integrity. In the context of Zimbabwe's constitutional democracy, the integrity of those entrusted with the responsibility to manage electoral processes forms the bedrock of free, fair, and credible elections. When citizens see electoral officials voluntarily subjecting themselves to higher ethical standards, when they witness public commitments to accountability, their confidence in electoral outcomes naturally increases. This is particularly crucial as Zimbabwe continues its journey of political and economic reforms under the Second Republic. While we celebrate this important step today, we must recognize that the fight against corruption in electoral processes requires a whole of society approach. I therefore call upon political parties to uphold ethical campaign practices and resist the temptation to smear each other and the electoral management body. I also call upon the media to report accurately and responsibly, civil society to keep their patriotic compass in check, and avoid pandering to the whims of their funders, because Zimbabwe is our home together. I also call upon the electorate to exercise discernment and seek more information about electoral management in Zimbabwe in order to improve literacy, which will reduce manipulation of their opinions. In closing, I wish to commend the ZEC leadership for this courageous demonstration of commitment to ethical leadership. The road ahead requires constant vigilance. Integrity is not a one-time achievement, but a continuous pursuit. There will be tests and temptations, but today's pledges serve both shield and compass, protecting against corruption and guiding towards ethical conduct. As we reflect on the significance of this occasion, let us remember that credibility of Zimbabwe's democracy depends not just on the laws we enact or the systems we build, but fundamentally on the integrity of those entrusted with implementing them. To Zimbabweans, ZEC has raised the bar. Let us all rise to the same level by refusing, resisting, and rejecting corruption. I thank you.